All right, let's talk about that feeling, that sinking feeling you get when you're stuck in traffic, you glance down and your car's temperature needle starts creeping into the red. It's a moment of pure panic for any driver, right? Well, that's your car screaming for help. So let's just ask the question straight up. Is your engine overheating? Because that little gauge climbing higher and higher, that's not just some minor thing you can ignore. It's a critical, flashing warning sign. And this is exactly why you can't ignore it. An overheating engine can cause catastrophic damage. We're talking warped cylinder heads, blown gaskets. You could literally turn your entire engine into a giant, very, very expensive paperweight. The stakes here are incredibly high. So, to figure out how to stop that from happening, we need to get to know of the hero of the system, your car's radiator. Think of it as the silent guardian protecting your engine from a complete meltdown. The radiator's job is actually pretty brilliant in its simplicity. See, your engine creates a ton of heat just by running. The radiator, with its whole network of little tubes and fins, is designed to pull that killer heat away from the engine and just release it out into the air. It keeps everything at a nice, happy temperature. So how does it actually work? Well, it's this really elegant four-step loop. First, a special liquid, the coolant, gets pumped into the hot engine. It acts like a sponge, just soaking up all that nasty heat. Then, that super hot coolant flows back to the radiator. As air flows through the radiator's fins, it cools the liquid down. And poof, that now cool fluid gets sent right back to the engine to do it all over again. It's just this constant life-saving cycle. And the part that's running this whole show? It's a little thing called the thermostat. The best way to think of it is like a bouncer at a club. It stays shut when your engine's cold, which helps it warm up fast. But as soon as the engine hits that perfect temperature, the thermostat opens the gates and lets the coolant flow. So simple, but so effective. Okay, so now that we know how it's supposed to work, let's get into how you can spot trouble. Your radiator will absolutely give you warning signs when it's starting to fail. You just have to learn how to speak its language. So you got to watch for these 5 big signs. The first one is obvious, right? Your engine is overheating. Second, you see colorful puddles under your car. If you spot bright green, orange, or pink liquid on the ground, that's coolant and you've got a leak. Third, actually look at your coolant. If it's all rusty and sludgy instead of clean, that's a bad sign. Fourth, a weirdly sweet smell coming from your engine, classic sign of burning coolant. And finally, if you feel like you're always adding more coolant, something is definitely wrong. And that last point brings up a really scary hidden danger. If your coolant level keeps dropping, but you never see a puddle under the car, it could mean it's leaking inside the engine. That is a major, major problem that you need to get checked out by a pro like yesterday. All right, enough with the doom and gloom. Let's talk about solutions. Here is your action plan. Some really simple checks and maintenance you can do yourself to keep your cooling system happy and healthy. Okay, but before we even think about touching anything, let me be crystal clear. This is non-negotiable. Never, ever open the radiator cap when the engine is hot or even warm. That system is under extreme pressure, and it will blast scalding hot steam and liquid everywhere. We're talking serious, serious burns. Always wait for the engine to be completely cool. Now, one of the best things you can do is a coolant flush, and believe it or not, it's a totally manageable DIY job. First, with the engine cold, you drain all the old gunk out. Then you add a special flush solution and some water, and run the engine for a few minutes. After that, you let it cool all the way down again, drain it one more time, and then you fill her up with a fresh 50-50 mix of the right coolant and distilled water. It's a weekend project that can save you a ton of cash. And speaking of saving cash, let's actually look at the numbers. Because doing this kind of maintenance isn't really an expense, it's an investment in keeping your car alive. So that DIY flush we just walked through, how much do you think that cost in materials? About 30 bucks? Yeah, that's it, $30. Now keep that number in your head. Now look at this. Having a shop do that same flush for you, it's gonna run you $80 to $150. If a simple hose breaks, that's up to $250. And if your radiator itself needs to be repaired or completely replaced, you're looking at anywhere from $300 to $900, or even more. Suddenly, that $30 DIY project is looking pretty amazing, isn't it? So when do you repair versus just bite the bullet and replace it? Well, here's a pretty good rule to follow. If you can see a physical crack, if it's super corroded, or if it's just plain old, like over a decade old, just replace it. Don't even bother with a repair. It's the smarter, safer choice in the long run. So let's wrap this all up with a few simple pro tips. Flush your coolant about every 2 years or 30,000 miles. And please, use the correct type of coolant for your car. Mixing them is a recipe for disaster. Check your coolant level about once a month, keep an eye on that temp gauge on your dash, and every few years, have a shop pressure test the system. It can catch tiny leaks before they turn into huge problems. In the end, it really all comes down to this. Whether it's the gauge on your dashboard, a weird smell, or a puddle on the driveway, your radiator is constantly trying to tell you how it's doing. So the real question is, are you listening? Because paying attention now could save you a world of hurt later on.